Welcome to Sierra Charter Middle School. We are very excited to have you as a part of our personalized learning program. The purpose of this video is to get you acquainted with our middle school program and to provide you with some information that will help you be successful this year. Make sure to watch this video with your parent or guardian. There are 5 teachers in our middle school program. You will be working closely with all of them to complete your classes this year, with one of them assigned as your official teacher of record. Your teachers this year will be Mrs. Reyes, who teaches our 7th grade English Language Arts classes, Mr. Morgan, who teaches science, Mrs. Baker, who will be your math teacher this year, Mrs. Hipwood will be the 8th grade English Language Arts teacher, and Mrs. Dyke, who teaches health and social studies. We're all very excited to work with you this school year and to support you in your educational goals. If you ever need to contact us, our individual phone numbers and email addresses are listed here. You can also call the front office and they can connect you to us. The front office's phone number is at the top. Please feel free to pause this video if you need to write any of this down. We utilize a program called Google Voice to send and receive text messages. This service allows us to send you reminders about upcoming events and updates regarding your child's progress throughout the school year. Please make sure we have a working cell phone number for you. If your student has their own cell phone and you would like for us to be able to contact them directly regarding school, please include that for us as well. Our program is designed to provide multiple methods of learning opportunities for students. We provide both independent study and in-person classes, as well as both in-person and virtual intervention time. You will be learning 5 subjects this school year. ELA and math will meet on campus one day each week for a 3-hour block. 7th grade will be attending your classes on Wednesday. 8th graders, you will be attending classes on either Tuesday or Thursday. You will receive your specific class schedule from your teacher of record. On Mondays, every student will have a 1-hour math Zoom with Mrs. Baker. This will ensure they have every opportunity to succeed this year in their math classes. Science, social studies, and health are independent study classes, meaning that you will be learning on your own. Now, this does not mean that you're going to be abandoned to the mercy of the textbook. You can always contact your teacher to schedule additional support or meet with them during their Monday intervention Zooms from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will talk more about the intervention time a little bit later in this slideshow. On Fridays, please be aware that the middle school building is closed. If you need to get a hold of one of your teachers, you can contact them through our Google Voice text number and be able to communicate with them there. The main office is going to be open from 8 to 12 on Fridays. So if you need to come onto campus for any reason, the main office is open. Intervention means extra help. The math intervention is required weekly. Once again, that is a 1-hour Zoom with Mrs. Baker every Monday. This helps with checking in that students are completing their assignments on time and also gives them the opportunity to seek additional help with their work. The link for this Zoom is available in Google Classroom. For ELA, science, social studies, and health, any extra support that is needed will have a Zoom intervention as well on Mondays from 9 to 12. The links for these Zooms will also be in Google Classroom. Any other additional support that you may need, please feel free to contact your teachers to coordinate a time that would work best. Please also make sure that doctor appointments and any other appointments are scheduled to be outside of your students' class time or the intervention time. This way they have as much time as possible to meet with their teachers and get as much support and help as they need throughout this school year. California has passed a new law for this upcoming school year. There are a few changes to our program because of this. Students will check in on Zoom every day of the week with their teacher of record. Attendance for these check-ins will be tracked daily. Students will also be attending their on-campus classes every single week. Attendance for their classes will be tracked weekly. Now here at Sierra Charter, we utilize Google Classroom a lot. Google Classroom is an online learning platform that allows teachers to create and distribute assignments in a paperless way. All students in middle school will be using Google Classroom in order to complete their assignments, projects, and assessments. Each student will be given their own Google account in order to complete their assignments at home. Because Google Classroom is such an integral part of our program, it's very important that you have reliable internet connection and a computer or laptop at home. Please talk with one of the middle school teachers if this is a concern. Assignments and assessments for all of your classes can be found, completed, and turned in to Google Classroom. Please check on your grades each week. You can find more information about this in the Google Classroom tutorial video. For each class this year, your grades will be made up of your completed homework assignments as well as tests and projects. 50% of your grade is based on participation in class and the quality of your homework assignments. The remaining 50% of your grade comes from your scores on your assessments. Google Classroom assignments will be due at 5 p.m. every week on Friday. If you complete your work earlier, you can turn it in early so that you don't forget. Your LTA packets, these are paper assignments that you will have. These will be due each week before you attend your classes. We will talk a little bit more in just a few moments about what LTAs are and how they work. But let's talk about our assessments first. So in our program, we have assessments at the end of units. The purpose of an assessment is for the student to show that they have learned and mastered a particular skill, standard, or unit. Assessments in our program include traditional multiple choice projects, as well as open-ended tests, essays, and book reports, and creative projects. Students will show mastery by completing their assessments and earning a grade of 70% or higher. If a student earns below 70%, they have the opportunity to redo their assessments, provided the following conditions have been met. Number 1, all homework assignments from that unit must be completed. Number 2, if there is one, the study guide must also be completed. And number 3, you must speak with your teacher and get teacher approval to retake the test. Now let's get into those LTAs. Each week, they will be given their LTA lesson plans when they are on campus for their classes. These lesson plans will have a cover sheet, which is what we see here, and we'll talk about this more, an assignment sheet for each subject, as well as weekly reading and math comprehension assignments. So let's briefly go over this cover sheet. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is the LP number in the upper right-hand corner. So you see the little orange squiggly right there. LP stands for learning period, which is the week of school that we are currently in. So we see LP1, that means this one is for the first week of school. If you need to know what learning period we're in, just take a look at your cover sheet to double check. The next thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the signature portion. Teachers, students, and parents must sign and date the cover sheet before turning in their work each week. Please sign and date in blue or black ink only. And make sure that the date you use matches the date used by the teacher. Giving you all a heads up, if the dates do not match, you will have to come in and sign another copy. Okay, so make sure that we are double checking those carefully. Since much of your learning is going to be completed independently here at Sierra Charter, it is vital that you are accountable and responsible for your education. Here are 6 ways that students can practice personal responsibility every week. Number 1, all of your Google Classroom assignments, get them turned in by Friday at 5 p.m. every week. Number 2, study and prepare yourself for every assessment. Number 3, be a self-advocate. Take advantage of the intervention hours each week and communicate with your teachers when you need extra support. Number 4, stick to your weekly schedule. Time management is essential to success, so make sure that you're not missing anything or procrastinating. Number 5, make sure that parents and students both sign the LTA every week. And then remember, these get turned in before you go to class. So, for example, your classes, if say, are on Tuesday. You come to school on Tuesday, turn in the LTA packet, and then go to class. Okay, if your class is on Wednesday, you turn it in Wednesday before you go to class. Same for Thursday. Last, make sure that you write your first and last name at the top of every page. Remember, if your name isn't on it, we don't know that it belongs to you. Okay, if you can complete these 6 things every week, you will have a great chance of being successful in our program. Friendly reminder, everybody, please make sure you let us know if any changes to your contact information happen. If you change your phone number, your email address, your home address, we need to make sure that we can contact you and have the appropriate address to send any documents that we may need to get to you. Parental monitoring. Because our school is based on an independent study setup, parents and guardians are responsible for monitoring student work. We highly recommend that you check your students' work every day to ensure they're not falling behind. You can keep track of missing work and assignment grades on Google Classroom. Okay. Please let us know if your child is going to be missing class. You can send a text. You can send a phone call. But also please be aware that somebody will still need to come to campus to turn in and pick up the new LTA lesson plan. Students, your work is still due on the given due dates, even if you are absent. Stay on top of your assignments so that you don't fall behind. As a helpful tip, remember, you can always turn your work in early. If you turn it in early, you don't have to worry about it anymore. It is also your responsibility to attend intervention. If you're absent and you're not sure of what's going on, log on to the Zoom with your teacher, reach out and communicate, and we'll be able to make sure that you can still be successful. All right, once again, we want to welcome you to our Sierra Charter Middle School program. We are very excited to get to spend this school year with you. Please let us know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and we can't wait to see you for our first day of school.